How's everybody doing? Beautiful people of Instagram. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you from the art studio. And ready to do an awesome session, an awesome oil painting session. I hope you guys can join me. Those of you who can, this will be super awesome. Those of you who can't, you can probably catch me later, maybe later, many moons later, on YouTube. So here we go. I got my Starbucks ready. Bam! This is how we do it in the art studio. A little bit of Starbucks. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna make a landscape painting for you guys. That way we can get started with something, and sort of that colorist loose brush movement tradition. It was interesting. Earlier today, someone sent me a message on YouTube. I do a lot of stuff on YouTube too, and the message was, "Are you?" What was the question? They asked me if I was normal, whatever the hell that means, right? They're like, "Are you normal?" Because I guess they saw that I have artwork on eBay. They're like, "You sell them so cheap on eBay. How do you make money?" I'm like, "I don't know." I have no idea how I do things. They just kind of happen. So I thought it was funny. Anyways, so here we go. Let's do this. A bit of a colorist movement, okay? Doesn't have to be so bright, but I'm gonna start a little bit bright here. I think also because I really enjoy using colors right out of the tube. Bam, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. If you guys have any questions as to what I do and how I do it, by all means, please ask away. I was checking out some of the artwork by Pizarro. Pizarro. I really enjoy that cat's brushwork. It's nothing I would do. I don't think I would ever do that because I mean it was a whole other world. I think they had time to be messing with I ain't got that type of time. But they certainly did. So I think it was just a whole other world. I tried doing that. Sort of, pointillist brushstroke a few years back, and it was for me, man, it was like the worst decision I had ever made because it just didn't feel right. It took forever, and Sizemore asks, "I'm a local artist in Tennessee who mainly works with oil paint, more realism, but I like abstract and working with other media." That's awesome. Eureka Artist, really cool. I really like your work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try to keep it, just kind of simple. It works for me, that whole super difficult pointillist, and not difficult as in difficult to, like hard to mimic or to make, but it's so time consuming, the pointillist brushwork. I used to do that, and now I look back and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking, because maybe because I got a lot to say, and I can't I can't do like one or two paintings. You know, if I did one or two paintings with like pointillist brushstroke or wet on dry, you know, nothing like a la prima, right? Like what I'm sort of doing right now. It would be so difficult for me. I would get impatient. I'd be like, come on, where's the next painting? And this also keeps me, it keeps me fresh. I like one of the things that Picasso said. If you don't, somewhere along the lines, he said, if you don't keep your work fresh, the worst thing that could happen to you is when you start copying yourself, you know. And I totally understood. Through practice, I understood what he meant, you know. I think it's very easy to start becoming complacent with your own work. It's very, very easy. And I'm sort of checking myself from time to time that I'm not doing that. Something like that. And there's only also so much you can do. I think in any given subject. You know, you can add color, or try to add maybe more dialogue to, quote unquote dialogue to the painting or whatever. But I think there's so much you can. If the message is clear, the message is clear, and it doesn't need much more. You know, I think that's my new word for today. I think. There we go. Something like that. Thank you so much. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? That I do another painting? You know, this thing about fear with artwork is such an interesting thing. I talked to so many artists, and I think that there's like one correlation seems to be popping up, and it's something. It's got to do with fear, with like I want to do it right, and I think it's because we're thinking about ourselves, you know. We're like I don't want to look stupid. I want to look like I know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing. You've done it enough. You know what you're doing. Yeah. But I see this over and over, and I think it's just fear. You know, we have this element of fear, and it's really the killer. In every, I mean, whether you paint like this or you paint realism or any type of ism, I think it's the same thing. It's just fear. Yeah. It's something happening, you know, something always happening in our minds. We're trying to control the brush work, the speed, and I really think that it's because it has very little to do with the artwork itself. It has more to do with our self-image, I think. That's been my experience anyways. When I'm thinking about, oh man, I wish I don't mess up here, I'm not thinking about the artwork. I'm thinking about how stupid I'm going to look if I mess up. Yeah. It's really sad. That part of the human condition is very sad. I've always considered it very sad. Our sense of self, what we feel, that the world will say about us. I know I've talked to some artists who told me, I don't want to be known as the artist who blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be known as the artist who blah, blah, blah. And then I just kind of think to myself, I'm like, how about we just work on being known, and just don't worry about the other stuff, How about we just work on being known? That would be sorry about that with my phone. That would be a much better thing to work on, as opposed to, to work on trying to please our minds, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's so easy to. It's so easy to go after that one, try to please our minds. And it's really that. I mean, at the end of the day, in my experience, I find it that 90% of the chatter of the, man, things aren't coming out the way I want them to, my artwork's not right, and blah, 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 blah. It's really, I'm fighting against myself, Of course, there's a couple of people that are like, man, that's horrible, right? What you're doing is horrible, your artwork. But the vast majority don't find it horrible. It's just a couple of, people that just don't like it and they have to vocalize it. Otherwise, they might believe it. I feel like if they don't vocalize it, they're gonna buy into it or something. But I found that it's really just my mind, messing with me. There's really nothing to fear. If you're an artist, I think that you can coordinate on that with, maybe you share that idea too, that we have this fear. We like to maybe blame the artistic process, many times. We like to say, well, it's because I really want to do my best. But I found in my personal life that when I say I really want to do my best, many times, the majority of the times, is I really don't want to look stupid. It's really what I'm telling myself. It's got very little to do with the artwork itself. I really want to look like I know what I'm doing. There you guys have it. This is Jose Trujillo and another one of my little chats and paintings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me do a close-up. My little paintings. Here we go. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much. And I will be showing you guys daily cool stuff like this. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy also some of my chat, some of my craziness. Seen that much white? Look at all that white. Look at the comparison. This is a number 10 brush. Look how much white. Super awesome. Take care, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.